Thank you very much. We'll start with a round of questions here by the members. I want to start, Mr. Meyer, with you, focusing on Sri Lanka for a minute. You know, what the Chinese did to Sri Lanka with their port has become a poster child around the world for why people shouldn't do business with China. It appears that Sri Lanka has learned its lesson from that. Pretty bitter pill to swallow. You in agreement that they're trying to move away from China? Is that your perception also?
Thank you, Senator, for that important question. We have a very open and transparent relationship with Sri Lanka, and bilateral relationships should be open and transparent. And if I'm confirmed, I look forward to working with the government of Sri Lanka to ensure that they assert their sovereignty, and that includes over ports. As you mentioned, the Chinese constructed a large port in Hambantota, so it's essential that we work with Sri Lanka and that includes in security cooperation and other areas.
Well, the Chinese hooked Sri Lanka with the money, obviously. That's what it's usually all about. You think they've learned their lesson on that? I mean, they took terrible advantage of the Sri Lankans.
They did, and I believe they have. Sri Lanka has expressed interest in working closer with the United States. One of the things that we have been encouraging them to do, and if I'm confirmed, I would do so as well, is that they continue along their path and commitments in their IMF program, because economic sovereignty and independence is important as well. And if they can stick to their reforms, this will also create opportunities for increased U.S. investment and companies to invest in Sri Lanka, which will again strengthen our ties with Sri Lanka.
Thank you. Mr. Legirfo, your portfolio is probably as big and broad as anybody sitting here, and a difficult one at that. As we've continued to squeeze, particularly ISIS, up in the Syria, northeast Syria region, more and more ISIS has migrated to the Sahel and that area. And it's apparent that to do business in the Sahel, to squeeze them, to go after them, even to operate there, is not only complicated but pretty dangerous for America. What are your thoughts on that? What are your ideas about pressing forward in the Sahel?
Mr. Chairman, thank you for that question. And you're absolutely right. Broadly, we've had success against ISIS, defeating the territorial caliphate in Syria. We also have taken decisive action and working with partners to address the threat of ISIS Khorasan in Central Asia and with Afghanistan and Pakistan. With respect to the Sahel, we will always take decisive action to protect American interests. I think the Sahel is an area where we have to focus on burden sharing with our partners in the region and also burden sharing with our European partners. When we share risk, we need to share burden, and we also need to share resources. We are building, and we have built over the past few years, relationships with the littoral states, with Cote d'Ivoire, Benin, and Togo. They are all facing threats from al-Qaeda affiliates and also from ISIS. And we're going to look forward to developing additional relationships. Certainly, if confirmed, I will do that. And then with our European friends, this is, frankly, geographically more proximate to them, and I would expect that we can advance more collaboration and partnership with partners from the European continent.
I appreciate your thoughts on that.